Okay, in this problem we have another system of equations, and here we would like to solve by substitution. I know you might recognize that this maybe fits the format for elimination a little better, but I did want to show you another example with substitution where we have to do some work to solve. Now we can solve either equation for either variable, but it's usually, if you look at this system here, we have 5x plus 10y equals 25. If I solve that for x, I'd have to divide by 5. And 5 actually goes into everything else, so even though I have coefficients in front of my x there, I can get by without having to have a fractional equation. So I begin by doing just that. So I take that equation and say let's solve for x, or solve for x. So to solve for x, I'd have to subtract 10y from both sides first. That would give me 5x equals 25 minus 10y. And then I would divide both sides by 5. Now 5 goes into each of those things, so we get x equals 25 over 5, which would be 5, minus 10y over 5, which would be 2y. And so we've done our first step in the substitution method, which is to solve one of the equations for one of the variables. We're then going to take that answer, plug it into the equation we haven't worked with yet for x. So we do so. And now we have an equation that has only one variable. In this case, it has just a y variable. So it's a linear equation, so we proceed to solve. We begin by simplifying. We can distribute the 4 through. Get 20 minus 8y plus 12y equals 28. At this point we have some like terms, a negative 8y and a 12y. We put those together to give us 4y. And at this point we want to solve for y, so we subtract the 20 from both sides. Leaves us with 4y equals 8, from which we get that y divided by 4, we get y is equal to 2. So now we know what y is. At this point we can take that y equals 2, plug it into either of our starting equations, or when we're doing substitution it's usually easiest if we plug that into our equation that we solved. So we go in and replace y with 2. So we'd have x equals 5 minus 2y, but y is 2, so it would be 5 minus 2. Simplify, 5 minus 4 would be x equals 1. So we now know that x is 1. The last step is to write our answer as a point, the point 1, comma 2. And now we've solved our system by substitution. If you need to, you may want to kind of go back and work through this a little slower. Pause things, maybe try to work it out on your own. This is another example of substitution. Good luck.